Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live.
Look at that.
Hey.
I like that.
Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Who's this?
Oh, we're going to introduce ourselves. Hey, I'm J-Mo.
Yeah.
That's Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Mann, also known as White Crone, also known as Splintered Throne.
Splintered Throne. There you go. And that's our band, Splintered Throne,
Yeah.
with the TH. And we're here on Concert Junkies. Hello, everyone.
So how did you get the name?
Well, the name came along before I, with the original singer and the bass player who we still have. We like him, kept him around. Dungeons and Dragons and power metal and folklore and things like that. And then by the time I joined the band, it was so established here in the Portland, Oregon area where we're from that we've been around for over a decade. We just decided to keep it and just keep the train rolling.
I'm going to throw you a real hard one at first.
All right.
What do you want to leave as your legacy?
That's a good one. Good tunes.
Yeah, that's me.
I want someone to find our CD like in 50 years and go, these guys were awesome.
Yeah.
Like, why did I never find this band? Kind of like I do now. Like I find somebody that I wished I would have known and listened to in the 80s or 90s or whatever. And say, man, these guys were awesome.
Yeah. That's me too. You know, that's all a musician wants is for other people to listen to our music. And the idea of other people, like after we've passed on, listening to our music it's like, that's the goal. That's the goal. I got a friend, David Vest, lives in Canada, and he says, don't die with the song still inside you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who got you started with music in general?
Who wants to go first?
Oh, me go first. I always go first.
Me go first? Okay. Well, I'm a blues musician by trade. I work under the name Lisa Mann because that's my name. Pardon me now. I got a little tickle in my throat. But I was into music when I was a kid, and I just listened to the radio, and I would get up in the middle of the night. My parents were sleeping, and I'd go listen to the radio. I'd turn it down as quiet as I could not to wake them up, and I'd stick my head right next to the speakers, you know. And I was really into Kiss when I was a kid, and I just loved the sound of the bass, and I wanted to be a bass player. So that's mostly what I do is I play bass and sing. And I walked home from school, saved my lunch money, bought my first bass. By the time I was 19, I was in my first band, just doing bar band kind of stuff. And then I started writing my own original music in the 2000s and started my blues career. But I was a metalhead in the 80s and grew up in mosh pits, you know, and so I never lost my love of metal. And now I'm doing both, doing blues and metal.
Yeah, I grew up listening to disco till I was about 10 years old. My mom came in the room, and I remember I was listening to Donna Summer, Hot Stuff. She came in and said, turn this shit off. And she gave me 3 records. She gave me Judas Priest, Stained Class. She gave me Deep Purple, The Book of Taliesin. And she gave me the Scorpions Tokyo tapes. And that was it.
Wow.
This is your
That was
mom?
it. That was my mom. I was 10 years old.
Rules.
Yep. And from then on, it was like I was full on metalhead. And I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area in the early 80s. So I was there for all of it. Everything. Like we would go, we saw Metallica last weekend. Let's go see Exodus this weekend because we're going to see. So that was pretty much how I got started. And then I wanted to meet girls. So I thought, well, I'll play guitar, and everybody in my town played guitar. And I had a buddy that had a bass, and he said, well, why don't you play this? It's close enough. And so then I was a bass player for years. And then I moved to Portland, Oregon, and played up here in bands for years. And then I hung it up for about 10 years. And then I decided when I came back out of retirement, I was going to play guitar. And I found this band, well, after a couple of smaller bands. And then I've been here ever since. I've been here since 2010. So playing the guitar.
Another hard one for you. 12 supper scenario. Who's your 12 at your table?
12 people at 12?
12. Wow.
I can't keep track of 12 people. I don't know. Maybe just pick whole bands.
Cool bands.
Okay, so Iron Maiden, that's 6 of them.
Okay.
I don't know. I would do a mixture of musicians and comedians because sometimes some of my favorite comedians, like I would love to hang out with Dave Attell sometime and just party with him. And then there's another guy named Aziz Ansariyo. He's another guy that's just super, super funny. And then, and then the other people I'd really want to hang out with aren't here anymore. Randy Rhoads, Lemmy, Dio. These are all people I would love to just hang out with and just pick their brain. And of course, Scott Ian.
Scott Ian I've
come close twice to meeting him. I've had video stuff with him twice now, and I'm like, I just want to meet that guy and hang out.
Yeah, I'd have Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'd want like sciencey people and stuff too, just for interesting conversation. I don't know. Stephen King. I'd love to have Stephen King.
Yeah.
Talk about horror.
All right, if you could pick your own bill, who do you want on it? It could be local. It could be national.
Let's do both. Let's do a local, and then let's do a
national.
Anybody.
How about we have another band that we do a gig for a national act?
Okay.
Like Solicitor and us.
Solicitor.
Opening for, who would we open for?
Who's old school? Well, Death Angel.
Yeah, we could open for Death Angel. We
Exodus.
Could open for, any
of those guys would be great.
Iron Maiden would be
Iron
bigger.
Maiden,
but it'd be bigger because
Anthrax.
We get more eyeballs.
Take your pick.
Yeah.
There's so many good bands out there that
it
just, man.
Yeah, we're really trying to get a show together with Solicitor. We're both big Solicitor fans. They're from Seattle.
They're incredible.
Incredible band, incredible female fronted band. Amy Lee Carlson's a kick-ass singer. We did a show with Greyhawk. That was a goal.
Greyhawk was good.
Yeah, Greyhawk kicked ass. So there's a lot of Northwest bands, I'm going to get Time Rift on one of these bills. What you got next? What's next? What you got?
I just lost train of thought for a second. Sorry.
Quick, come on, make it snappy. Play a snappy number.
So if you weren't playing music, what would you be doing with your life?
Growing plants.
I'd be
out
a dirt
of my
farmer.
body.
Dirt farmer from the 6 feet under. I'd be buried in.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too,
I'd have to play
100%.
music. It's the only thing that keeps me from choking the shit out of people.
Well, I was into lots of alcohol and lots of drugs when I was young, and music got me through it. And I had a really rough childhood and a shitty high school experience. And it was metal music. That's what got me through it, man.
Yep, same here.
Otherwise, I'd be.
If you could pick one song to describe you, what would it be?
Some good questions. I got to tell you.
I know exactly what it is, and you kind of laugh. It's a Barbra Streisand song from the remake of A Star Is Born. It's a song called Everything, and she's singing about she wants everything. Wants it all. That's me. That's my song.
If I have to pick one right off the top of my head, I would have to say Lizzie Borden, American Metal, because I remember when I discovered Lizzie Borden is where I was living in California, and it just every time there's certain parts of that song that just get me all fired up for exactly that, American Metal, and that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Right on.
If you could pick 5 CDs to bring with you to a desert island, what would they be?
You go first?
Oh, yeah, because I get this asked a lot. So,
yeah.
Accept Restless and Wild, Ballyhoo Daydreams, Iron Maiden Killers, Judas Priest Stained Class. And then the last one just kind of rolls through. I would probably, like something I would never get tired of. Probably from like the Shred days, but it would always kind of roll around. The second Cacophony album is really good. I really like that. Or any of the first 3 Yngwie albums I would take in a heartbeat. I never get tired of that guy.
God, mine will be weird. Gosh. How about all the Ghost albums? I don't know. No, Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. Yeah, absolutely. And Ghost, Meliora. And it'd be hard to say.
Is that new one?
It's not the new one. I don't know. Impera. I don't know if I could live without Impera, though. So I'd have to have Impera, too. So what else do I get to bring? It's got to be like Iron Maiden, Power Slave. And I know I'm edging out the blues, but Jimmy Reed, I've got this Jimmy Reed compilation. It's like the best of Jimmy Reed. There's a lot of great blues out there, but I can't live without Jimmy Reed. So
5 is tough. 5 limits you.
5 really limits you, man. So it'd be like metal, blues.
Yep. Well, in Ballyhoo, in my thing, they're not a metal band. They're like ska, punk, reggae, just good party music.
I don't know how I'd live without 2112 though.
Oh, that's a good one too.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or some level 42. I don't know if I could live without that though. 5's too few, dude. I'd die. 5 boxed sets.
Now, if you had 5 friends you could take, and you'd be like, "I'm taking this friend because I like their music taste. I like this friend."
We might have a special guest popping through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
Scotty
it's one of our 2 fans.
Scotty and.
So what is your favorite song to play live and your least favorite?
Well, the least favorite ones we just don't play. Probably our favorite, man. They're all so good. The new album is, in my opinion, it's the best stuff we've ever written. I really we do a song called Night of the Heathens. It's our anti-Viking metal song.
Sticking it to the Vikings.
And there's another tune we do. It's called The Crossing, which is a riff that has been around since one of my first bands. And the song as it's turned out now is better than I ever imagined. And it's got everything we're known for. It's got the great vocals. It's got the harmony solos. It's got everything. It's long. It's got, a little bit of
6 minutes long.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of Merciful Fate influence in it, a little bit King Diamond, a little bit Exodus, and it's got a little bit of everything.
It's thrashing.
It's good.
Yeah, that's my favorite, The Crossing. And I can't say anything is my least favorite.
No
way.
We don't play the shitty stuff. Well, there isn't any really.
There isn't any shitty stuff.
This is the really good stuff.
I'd say there might be a few songs that I, if my voice is giving me some trouble or something, that I'll be like, oh man, I'm not looking forward to this. I got to really watch it, and it's nice when I just let it go and not have to worry about that stuff. So I don't know, maybe this is a song that, might be a little challenging to sing, but nothing's least favorite. I love all this material, and he wrote almost all of this, except for, he had some, a few parts here and there that were written by others, but I think it's because of the pandemic. It really broke up Splintered Thrones, because I just joined the band, a couple of years ago, and then the pandemic happened and it just really threw us off kilter. But the way the band used to write was more in a group.
Right.
And now you basically were just writing a lot of material and then bringing it to people. And there'd be a few tweaks here and there and another little section or an outro or something like that. But he really wrote the majority of this material. And then I took it home and wrote the lyrics. And, we'd tweak things here and there.
What's up, everybody? I am crashing the party. It's like I never did tonight.
It's like,
guys.
He's got a cool fedora. It really doesn't matter who he is.
It's adorable, right? That's what I was told.
It's awesome.
Who are you two? I found you guys very interesting watching the Rob's interview, and I said, I'm going to jump in and say what's up.
Well, we're Splintered Throne. I'm J-Mo, the one of the guitar players, and it's Lisa, our singer, and that's who we are.
Awesome.
Splintered Throne.
If I were to bring 5 CDs with me to an island, I wouldn't bring them. I wouldn't bring any CDs.
You'd bring a phone with
Well-
30,000 songs in your
Yeah,
screen.
no kidding.
That's the answer to that.
That's
Okay.
the answer.
But I'm old school. I like my CDs.
I like them too, man. It's audio quality.
What happens
Audio
when the-
file.
What happens when the battery dies though, like on your CD player? I guess your phone could die though too, right?
Yeah.
I bring like paper
Solar charger.
with songs written on them, and I would sing
Right.
them to myself
Yeah.
over and over again.
If you played drums, you could like make little coconuts and stick things, and then now you can play your drums. And
I
You'd be
do
good to
play
go.
the drums. I'm not a good drummer anymore. I used to be. Now I'm like horrible, but I used to be good at some point in my life.
see, and so you could do that. You just play drums, jungle
Yeah,
drums.
exactly.
There's a picture of a drummer right behind him.
That's right.
That's actually a picture of me.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, yeah.
Painting. That's
yeah.
really cool, man.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
That's very cool.
So Rob, how'd you get these people on the show? You just reached out and
Reached
me
out a
interview you.
couple. Yeah, reached out a couple months ago. I believe off of Worldwide Metal.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are still playing shows, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're just getting fired up. We got a couple locals, a couple people got some vacations they got to take because you got to take vacations. And then August CD release comes out. We'll be picking it up,
Right.
playing a little more. We just did a couple Battle of the Bands for the Vakken Open Air Festival. We won the Portland round. Two of us won the Portland round, and we went up to Seattle, and then one of our local brethren took it home, but we took second place again, and so they're going down to LA. They're called Pitch Black Mass.
They kick ass.
They're really,
Nice.
really good.
Yeah.
And so hopefully they take the win in LA, and then they'll go to Germany.
Yeah.
So those have been our
That's
two
pretty cool.
big shows lately. And then we've got a couple things coming up, and then a couple locals, and then CD release, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a CD release party?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna do we have a local music store here called Music Millennium. We're gonna do a kind of a meet and greet
Yeah. In store. And that's on the
in
19th
store.
or is it on the
That's on the
20th?
19th,
Yeah.
and then the 20th is our CD release at a place up here in Vancouver called Billy's Blues, which is awesome club.
Mhm.
So we'll be up there and get that ball rolling and get the new CD out, which love it.
So are you guys touring to promote the CD? I guess, or is it a CD you guys are making, or is it like an MP3?
Well, yeah, no, it's an album. If
Right.
it's an album, it's going to be available on all the streaming platforms, Spotify and Apple and Napster and all that stuff, and YouTube and anywhere you get music, Amazon, anywhere people get music, it's going to be out there in digital format. But also, we're going to be selling merchandise from our Bandcamp, and that's splinteredthrone.bandcamp.com. And, a lot of people, most people are familiar with Bandcamp, but for those who aren't, it's a platform where you buy directly from the artist. And buying on Bandcamp or on an artist's website is always the best way to support an artist,
Yep.
So
it comes from the
keep
warehouse in the garage of my house.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I personally stuff all that stuff in there, and I'm super generous.
And we'll sign it if you want to, us too. We'll put little goodies in there. We got some like heavy metal magazine trading cards.
That's right.
And shit like that. We can just stuff in there.
When you say goodies, I think like Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
No.
It's Sweetwater, man.
Yeah, it's not Sweetwater, but stickers, and I've been known to throw a shirt in there once in a while just for shits and giggles, and
Yeah.
just depends. You spend more money, the
Patch.
more free shit I'll give you.
I didn't know Bandcamp was direct. I guess I never asked that question. So Bandcamp, do they take any kind of profit at all? Like, do they take a little bit?
They do.
But
There are
it's
some
better than
big-
your 0.04 cents you're gonna make on Spotify or
Yeah.
Apple, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
They take a little, but the nice thing
They
is
take
they do
15%.
Bandcamp Friday. Was it once a month?
Yeah. First Friday.
And everything you make is yours. The
Really?
Bandcamp takes nothing. And so what we'll do is we'll have songs that are kind of name your own price, and sometimes people pay for songs, and it's really cool because trying to use the coin to get the CD going because we're not we don't have a record label. We got to come up with it all our own.
I've had somebody pay $50 for a CD.
Yeah,
just because they want to help the artist,
We had somebody buy a song for $50 the last time around. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool because people,
cool.
I guess you can't pay more, right? You're allowed to, like, you put your minimum, but people can they pay you more for it if they wanted to?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is fucking badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Bandcamp's awesome.
I was walking around the house that day. Yeah, sold stock for $50. I was all excited. That's pretty cool.
Waiting on that.
Any more questions? Any
Oh,
more?
I got a million of them. I got a million of them.
Yeah.
So do I.
I threw them off, I think. And I came on. I come with like energy. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, dude. That's great. Yeah. Ask away.
Random question: if you were a dinosaur, what would you be?
An apatosaurus.
Velociraptor.
And a petasaur?
Apatosaurus.
Oh, that's a bad.
It would just be a big, like, dopey plant eating, hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Too big to eat. Just chilling, chewing plants.
I don't know enough dinosaurs.
I'd be that little rabbit thing that you can't shut up or slow down, going "Rah!" all over the place, getting into everything I shouldn't be getting into.
I don't know what he asked you guys before I even joined, and I just crashed. Like, I have a podcast called The Loud Spot, and I was actually going to do like an entrepreneur episode. The guy didn't show up, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to go crash.
It's called what?
The Loud Spot. It's called The Loud Spot.
The Loud
Spot.
Yep, with Sebastian. Yeah.
Podcast.
Yep.
Okay, I'm Googling you, dude.
Okay, yeah, Google. Tell me no. If
I'm
there's any
guessing
news,
you're
if there's any nudes, just go past those.
He has an OnlyFans. Don't worry about it.
I have an OnlyFans. It's on there.
He's on every.
I didn't catch the beginning of the show, but how long have you guys been playing for a while together as a band?
So the band started in 2006. I joined in 2010, and then Lisa joined in 2020.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I'm the new singer. They had a male singer. He's this big, tall fucker. Big, tall, good-looking dude. Big, tall, good-looking dude. And great singer. And I was a fan. See, that's how I ended up joining this band. I was a fan. And I would go and see this band. And then one night, where were you opening for Flotsam?
We were opening for Flotsam and Jetsam,
yeah. And so one night, the singer starts announcing that he's leaving the band. And so I've got a concert buddy. Her name's Lisa, too. And she's standing next to me. She starts elbowing me. She's going, talk to him after the show, I'm like, what? Yeah, you need to audition. You need to join this band. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. And so I auditioned, and here I am.
Was the band concerned before Lisa joining to have a female fronted when you've been known as a male fronted band? Like, was that something you had to sit down and discuss as a band? Sure. Like, do we want to go this direction with Lisa, or do we want to stick with a male singer? Because, some people, it's because the dynamic of the band changes. You can't necessarily, I don't know all your music, but maybe you can't necessarily sing all the same songs that some of the fans know, because the dynamic's different now with different gender singing. So was that an issue at all with the band, or something you had to discuss?
No, we've never been asked that question. That's a great one. The funny thing is, I remember playing that show and looking down, and I recognized Lisa, and I'm like, man, she knows the words to every song. Like, she was singing along to every song. I was just like, this is great. So I'm doing my, OCD thing, getting everything off the stage, and I'm the last one to show up where everybody's sitting at the table. I see her walking away, and I talk to Brian, our bass player, and I go, what did Lisa want? He's like, dude, she wants to join the band. I was like, yeah. So we were like, okay, well, that's amazing. And we talked about, all of us were super stoked because Lisa's an amazing singer. And it changes that dynamic of the band. But the flip side is, our old singer was one of the better singers in this area with a very unique and high range, alto range. So it wasn't like a giant leap. And personally, I have wanted to have a female singer in the band in every band I've been in since.
Makes such a cool thing. Dude, I'll be 40 this year, but when I was 18, 19, I was in bands, and I always wanted a female singer, because back then it was so less popular to do something like that, that I want to stand out, because I think it would make me stand out. One more question. Rob's like, God damn it.
He's cool. He's relaxed.
Lisa
I'm good.
was joining a band. I don't know what your musical background is before, but then coming into these guys are ready. They're tour ready. They're ready to hit the road. Was that something you were prepared for when you first started, or was that something you had already done and previously?
Okay, well, I would just say, the flip side may be more true because I've been a touring musician. I don't tour as much as other artists do. I'm a blues artist.
Sure. Heard that.
So
Yeah.
I'm a bass player and a singer, and my name is Lisa Mann. That's the name I work under. So I've done a lot of traveling, and these guys right now have families, jobs, stuff like that. It's a lot harder to coordinate because I'm a full-time professional musician, and I don't have kids for one thing. I don't have a job. And so it's been hard to coordinate the touring thing. So, I've done plenty of sleeping on the floor with even the guys in the band and sharing hotel rooms, and I don't care. So,
yeah,
I'm too old for some of that shit. Seems like
a lot of people will ask, "Was there any hanky panky?" You're like, "Dude, we're on tour. We are gross, sweaty, slimy.
No,
We just
yeah,
want to
just
shut the fuck up and let me go to sleep." All right, like,
yeah. So I've been there and done all that shit, and just more in a blues context. But what's funny, my blues trio, we love metal, and when we're driving down the road to the next blues festival, we're fucking cranking some Maiden and Priest and Avatar and all kinds of shit. But so I'm looking forward to getting on the road with these guys. As things open up more and we're able to coordinate our schedules. That's been the hard part, is because I'm working too on weekends. We got to get these schedules coordinated. It'll come together.
Yeah, it's just
it will.
We've done some short tours before, but we have to say, okay, all of us can get this time off work, and
right.
I actually have probably the most flexible schedule because really all I got are 2 dogs. So, well, my wife, but
your wife's so cool though.
Yeah,
2 dogs in a
wife is so fucking cool.
But it's going to happen again because, again, I think this CD is the best one we've done. We've made some really good inroads with folks over the last couple of years. We're putting kind of the big push behind this one, and I think it's going to appeal to a wider audience. So it's going to, hopefully open some doors that maybe we haven't been able to open before.
Like I said, the songs that this dude wrote.
She wrote the lyrics. So.
Yeah, but
is it more like
the songs that this fucker wrote are just killer. It's classic metal. It's really classic. Yeah. There's a lot of different influences. There's power metal influences, thrash metal. We're both, thrash fans from the 80s. Some Iron Maiden and Priest and Accept and Megadeth and just that classic 80s stuff that people love, but without sounding dated. We don't want to be like one of these nostalgia bands,
right?
That are like, what is that Steel Panther kind of shit? We don't want to go there. Steel
Panther's fucking cool though, man.
Steel Panther's cool, but we're not like trying to be like, hey man, let's take you back to the day. We're just taking you back to the day because that's how we operate.
Yeah, and we like to write songs that have a melody and a hook. If you don't have a hook and your song is shit. So, it's real important to write, when I try and write, I try and think of like what kind of chorus would be there, something that gets people singing along or people going, I'm leaving the club and I'm singing that song as I'm walking out the door. That's what I want. When you hear our last song, I want you humming it on your way to your car with our t-shirt over your shoulder and our CD in your hand. That's what I want when you walk out of the club.
So his riffs are really easy to write hooks over.
Right.
And that's why I think we make a killer writing team.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could write yourself a letter age 15, what would it be? What would you write?
Don't marry her. Don't marry that first one. That was a bad idea. Don't do that.
First one.
Right now. Right?
That's the advice I give myself anytime someone asks that question. That was a bad idea.
I'm dying.
It's true.
Yeah. I would say stop getting drunk and high and If you don't, you're going to die.
That's right.
Which eventually I actually did quit. So.
Oh,
And put money in deferred comp.
There's a podcast in itself.
Money in deferred comp.
Yes.
Does Lisa bring a bluesy aspect to the music that you guys are writing? Since she was more of a blues musician, no, you stick with the rock and what they're doing. You push that shit away.
Blues is over here.
That's right.
Rock's over here,
and the metal is over here. That's right. And maybe there's this little in between place where Dio lives. So maybe there's a little bit of that, or some Sabbath lives. But for me, I like to keep those worlds from colliding.
It's funny because the first song I wrote, knowing Lisa was going to be our singer, if it's called The Reaper's Calling, it's our first CD. But if you strip it down musically, it's a blues riff. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, it's 1-4-5.
Yeah, it's a 1-4-5. It just sounds like Accept.
Lisa's like, don't test me. Don't test me. I know the 1-4-5.
Yeah.
So. Well, my interviewer just emailed me and asked if I still want to do the show.
So now you're gonna dip.
I gotta do it. Rob, thank you so much for letting me crash. Hey, very nice to meet the both of you.
You too, man.
Check out your music. Very cool people. Love the short conversation. So
you too, man. It's Sebastian, right?
You got it. I'm gonna peace out, rock on.
Bro.
Much
I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
See ya.
Adios.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good buddy of mine.
He just pops in and does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
That's cool.
The Loud Spot. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done an interview where a guy just pops in and hey, what's up? And then pops back out.
First time for everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what was your first concert you went to?
Saxon and Accept at the Warfield Theater.
Oh, wow.
I took a chick on a date.
Was Heavy Pettin opening?
Nope, it was just those two. It was awesome.
There we go.
And that was in 80. I want to say 83. They had just released, it might have been 84. Saxon Power and the Glory Tour and Accept. I think they were on Balls to the Wall.
Well,
no, they were on Crusader. They were on Crusader. That was a Saxon Crusader. That's such an awesome concert.
Well,
and after that,
it's all a blur. I can't remember what the first concert I saw like on my own power might have been. It might have been Rush. I think it was Rush. But my dad took me to see Kool and the Gang.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just, just stunned. I couldn't believe the horn players, man. They were amazing.
When did you know that you wanted to play music?
I was a kid. I was a child.
I was a teenager.
Was it more of like you went to a show or MTV and you're like, I want to do that? Or something else struck?
No, for me, it was the first time I heard Randy Rhoads. I'm like, I want to fucking do that. I want to play like that guy. Like that was
right on.
That was the moment for me. I had that got that Blizzard of Oz album that Christmas, whatever Christmas that was after it had come out. And I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah, I was a little kid and I just, I thought Gene Simmons was cool. He could fly and breathe fire and he played the bass and he was cool. Blood. All the other kids were like into Grease and shit. I'm 52 now. But all the other little girls were like, they were into like Leif Garrett. And I was just a little kid, man. There's a picture of me somewhere at 7 years old with Gene Simmons makeup and blood coming out of my face.
Oh, that's great.
And I got, other kids dressed as Kiss, So that was it for me, man. I was just like huge Kiss fan. And then later on, it was just like, well, it was Deep Purple's Machine Head album. That was one from my parents.
Yeah,
that was one my parents turned me
record.
on to. And there was a song, Space Truck, and and that was the first song I learned. Yep, that's right. You bass, man. That was the first song I learned all the way through. And I was just a kid, and I was like, oh, I need to go buy a bass. So that's why I saved up my lunch money from school and walked home and ate. I eat like a can of wax beans or something for lunch. I was
Oh.
so malnourished, dude. I was sick and malnourished, but I was going to get that bass. And I remember telling my mom, I'm gonna be a rock star. And whenever anybody'd ask you, well, what are you gonna be when you grow up, little girl? And they'd be like, oh, are you gonna be a nurse or a veterinarian or a ballerina? No, I'm gonna be a rock star. I'm still not a rock star, but I'm a full-time musician and I get to write shit off on my taxes. So I guess that counts. I don't know. I can write my strings off.
Who do you think is like the most unrated band? Except for you guys.
Except for us. I like
Except
that.
for us. Thanks.
Oof. Gosh, there's so many. There's just so many. Who would I think? I always thought Anthrax should have been bigger.
Yeah.
I think they should have been the top, if not the top of the big four. They definitely should have been above Slayer. Probably above me.
Hey,
Well, I'm just saying.
Man,
I'm just saying.
Man.
Hey, they're from back east. Come on now.
Yeah,
but
you
Anthrax.
You can't say
what? Yeah. All of a sudden, there's like right now there are people throwing shit at their TV. Motherfucker. Now, I'm not saying I don't like Slayer. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that personally, I liked Anthrax's music better, and I thought they should have got a higher bill.
Avatar from Sweden. Are you familiar with the band Avatar from Sweden?
Yeah.
Those guitar players are unreal. They are freaks of nature. I love the band. I think they're one of the best if not the best live band I've ever seen, performance wise. And they still do small theaters and stuff. I'm really happy to see Ghost blow up. I know a lot of people like, I don't like Ghost. But they're not, they're a theatrical rock band, but it's nice to see a band that's like album oriented rock and, it's got metal, kind of flowing through it too. But to see a band doing bigger arenas and stuff that just write good songs. And Avatar's like that too. You remember their songs. When you leave, you're singing their songs.
Yeah, Cobra and the Lotus is probably one of the underrated ones that I saw them on a gig. They were coming through on a Ladies of Rock tour through Portland, and some of my friends that have another female-fronted rock band, I came to support them. I'd never seen the other two bands were Kaleido, which is another underrated band, and Cobra and the Lotus. And I was like, how have I not known who these two bands are? They're both amazing. Yeah. So you go on and on about underrated bands. I just got to go through my phone. Oh, these guys. Angel Witch. Oh, these guys. I mean, I can just go down there.
Flotsam. I mean, Flotsam, for fuck's sake. Why isn't Flotsam like Big Five? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to let you flip it on me now. You can ask me anything.
Oh, all right. Who is what's the biggest band you've interviewed and had on your show?
I'm going to probably have to say Stillwell.
Okay. Where are they from?
New York, Florida. They're Fieldy from Korn's other band.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Right on.
That's cool. Your turn.
What kind of pomade do you use for that mighty beard?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing? You don't buy, like, my husband buys this Italian shit.
No, just wash and go.
And he just wash and go. It must be silky smooth.
Just wash and go.
You must have a naturally silky smooth beard. And when you stroke it thusly, you appear quite intellectual.
What's the last show you went to?
Last show? Slipknot. I'm trying to think who else was on that bill. Killswitch Engage, Slipknot. I have a couple lined up for the summer, but nothing right now.
What's the most? What show are you waiting for next? What's your most anticipated?
You're gonna probably laugh at this because I've been trying to see them. This would be the second time, I'm actually going to see Alanis Morissette.
Oh, right
Right
on,
on.
dude. Right on. That's great.
It's
I'm glad she's
Alanis.
still doing it.
It's Alanis Morissette, Garbage, and I think somebody else. I'm not sure.
Garbage. Shit. Yeah. That's great.
She's got one hand in her pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another one on a cigarette.
Yeah.
I have that show. I have Hailstorm and Pretty Reckless.
Ah, God, that would be cool. I'd like to go to that.
Mhm.
I have Rob Zombie and Mudvayne and Powerman 5000 and Static X. Then
Wow.
then I have Megadeth. I got
Yeah.
a ticket. I got a ticket for Megadeth and Five Finger Death
What do I
Punch.
have coming up?
Sorry.
That's all in July.
I remember what.
Did you see them when they came through with Trivium and In Flames?
No, I didn't get a chance. So
Yeah, I missed. That's one I missed.
Testament, Exodus, Death Angel coming
Yep,
up.
that's our next one.
nice.
Yeah.
The whole band's going to that.
Yeah, the whole band is going
That's right.
together.
We'll be hurting for work the next day.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of shows. Just I'm very picky choosy these days because I've seen majority of who I wanted to see. I mean, like there's a lot of other bands I would like to see, but they're not coming through yet. So
Yeah.
until then, but
I want to see Dying Fetus. Every time they come to town, I have something going on.
they're actually
On May
playing.
19th here.
I was just with Body Snatcher last night. They're
Yeah.
on that. They're on that bill.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just with them last night.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite underground band that like nobody knows about? That's just like you're going to break the ice for them right here, right now.
It's Splintered Throne. of
Other than
course.
us, right?
than
Okay, other
us.
than us,
Yeah. Can I get a top 5?
sure.
Because there's actually a lot. I'm gonna say Forever May Fall, Dying Oath,
Huh.
I don't
Yeah.
think that one.
I'm gonna have to say Nova Omega, 50
That's-
Flies, 50 Flies. So many that I mean, underground. There's so many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an untapped resource
Mm-hmm.
because you got to be on that little special 1% to make it to where your shit's
Yeah.
out to everybody, and the rest of us are like,
Yeah, check out Hell Ripper. You checked out Hell Ripper?
No, not yet.
Yeah, Scottish dude. And then there's Necropanther kicks ass. There's some
Haunt.
great Haunt kicks ass. Drainbow kicks ass. There's
Dreamboat.
all kinds of great shit.
Look at that.
Yeah, a lot of like there's a lot of great like one man projects and stuff, you know, that are out there. Very cool.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
The Perfect Country and Western Song by David Allen Coe. That's that's my
your
country
go-to?
western song.
That's your go-to.
Because it gets to the spoken word part in the middle, and then I just start picking on people in the crowd, especially if I'm there with my friends. I start giving them shit, and then I go into that last verse
Yeah,
about being the perfect country and western song. It's great because I get the crowd just fired up.
right on. For me, it's Midnight Train to Georgia.
See, if we go karaoke, we go for different things. She goes to actually sing. I go to fuck with people and
Yes.
and be an entertainer because I'm not a singer. I'm an entertainer.
Well,
So I go
like
for
to
that
do-
reason.
I like to do the singing stuff. I'll sing some Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
I'll sing some Melissa Manchester, and I'll sing stuff like that. And then I'll sing Electric Eye and just they're like, what? Flip their heads around a little bit.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Disney movie.
Disney franchise or actual Disney movie?
When you talk about like the cartoons and shit,
Because I would go with, I don't know, we'll just pick a Marvel movie. Technically, that's a Disney movie now.
That's true.
Okay.
Well, not before, not necessarily.
Disney movie. Disney.
Disney movies.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna find. I'm cheating.
I like
find a Disney.
I like
movie.
Maleficent
Oh, Maleficent's badass.
because Angelina Jolie is kind of hot as the Wicked Witch. I'm going to give you that.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Fantasia.
Oh yes.
I'm going for Fantasia.
Favorite movie.
Yeah.
Was that yours then? Fantasia also?
Yeah, Fantasia is the best
Yeah.
movie ever.
That whole thing with the,
Night on Bald Mountain.
That's right. The little wizard and the broom and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you could pick one of your songs to be in a movie, what movie would it be?
Oh gosh, I think it would depend on the
It
movie.
depends. I think The Reaper is Calling would be great in like a crime thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, the Crossing. No, Night of the Heathens.
Night of the
Heathens would be in like The Last Kingdom or something. Well, that's a show, but
yeah,
any movie about like
Vikings
Viking battles in England.
Mhm.
Yeah. That would be the one for me. Yeah,
That would be a good
Night
one.
of the Heathens. That'd be a real good one.
Game of Thrones or Harry Potter?
Game of Thrones, 100%.
Harry Potter.
Game of Thrones, 100%.
I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've tried to watch it 3
Yeah.
times and I could not get through the first episode. I'm like,
Yeah. You don't shut your mouth. I'm going to eat every bloody chicken in this place.
And actually, I would take The Witcher over either of those any day. of the
Witcher's
week.
cool. I like The Witcher.
Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit?
Oh, man, that's all good. Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, he's a Rings.
I
I'd
would
go
say
with
Lord of the Rings because it's just more. Are you talking the books or are you talking the movies?
Oh, movies. I'm not.
I love the movies because that scene.
The books
Is
are
it
too
The
thick
Hobbit?
for me.
No, The Hobbit because there's that barrel riding scene.
See, again,
Remember
I think I've seen Lord of the
barrel
Rings
riding
once.
scene, and then the sound cuts out. Isn't that the one, or is that Lord of the Rings? No, that's in The Hobbit.
Yeah,
Alan, what's the scene with the barrel riders? Is that in The Hobbit? That's The Hobbit. That's why. That is worth the price of admission right there. That's worth 9 hours of viewing time. Right from there, the music stops and they're bouncing in the barrels and they're shooting, and that's it. Best scene ever, man. And there's even like a Wilhelm scream in there somewhere. Ah! You probably should order some Chinese food. He did.
Look at that.
It's dinner time.
That's a go.
So I want to keep you from dinner. Do you have any messages for your fans?
Yeah, August 19th, man. That's when this new album's coming out.
And watch for July. We're doing pre-order. Doing another shirt run. So keep an eye on stuff. Join us on all our social medias, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter.
Get on the mailing list.
Get on the mailing list, our Bandcamp,
SplinteredThrone.com.
all that stuff. I'm the webmaster. Well, we're the webmasters.
Mhm.
We won't blow your feet up with stupid shit. But we'll keep you posted, and then come out and see a show. Come out and say hi.
Yeah.
We got some really cool stuff coming up this year. So got some benefits, doing some stuff for recovery events. So we got a bunch of cool stuff coming up.
That's right.
Go to our page,
Pacific
splinterthrone.com.
Northwest.
Don't forget that too.
SplinteredThrone.com. All the links for everything else are right there.
Yep.
All right, guys, enjoy your dinner.
All right, brother. Hey, man, thanks for having us on the show. We
No
really
problem.
dig it.
Anytime.
All right.
You guys
So
have
what
a
I'm
great
hearing
night.
is you're inviting us back.
Yeah.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon, man.
You guys have a great night.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
Bye-bye.
thank
Bye-bye.
you. All right.